Hi everyone, I am Taylor, aka Stephanie, and my best friend Kathy is doing the videotaping for me, and we had a ton of requests to show how we made our upside down inspired creepy vines out of pool noodles. So all you need, we got them at the Dollar Tree this year, and we got black ones luckily and purple ones. So we start with that, and then I already cut this one. I cut it completely in half to give you a larger branch, and then took the other half to get them a little skinnier. You can do it however you want. Nothing's wrong with that. So once you do this, I take this guy here and make random cuts with a very sharp knife, so be careful. And we're just gonna make random cuts down through the middle. And then you can go over here, however you wanna do it. And you can add cuts as you go. If it looks too thick, cut it in half again. And so once we get this all cut out, and then the tip here, I'm actually gonna go ahead and just kind of shape that off into a point. Okay, so easy enough to get started. And what I actually use are these just standard drinking glasses to help shape it. So we are gonna separate these out and do this. And now you can see these are a little thicker, so I can just split them in half again. And it gives it a little bit more dimension if you want it a little more intricate or simple. It doesn't matter. So we can start with this. Again, just keep separating out them and shape them as you want. We have a heat gun. It's very hot, so be careful. And all you're gonna do is take the heat gun to the end, and it's going to melt it. So I have it on high here because it's a thicker piece, and I like to get this as flat as I can at the end. And once we get this melted down, we'll get up to the branches, and then I'll cut the heat back. And as you go, you can shape it, and it changes the whole texture of the pool noodle itself. And you're going to do each branch just like any way you want it. So I like to get a little bit of a curve in them just to kind of make them a little bit different, not straight. And then as that cools, it will hold that shape for you. And again, just hit the pool noodle with the heat gun. It'll melt that down. You can melt it as thin as you want. Keep it thicker so it'll stay in place better once you hang it on the wall. And that one's done there. So now we'll head over to the other side here. Separate this guy out any way you want it. And where it's thicker, again, you'll get the hang of it once you know how much heat you're getting on it. And then when it gets thinner, just pull away so you don't melt it down too much that it's too thin that it won't hold the shape. So now once we get this part done, we're gonna go back to the other side that's already cooled down. And as you can see, they stay right in shape for you.
Very cool.
All right, so now we're gonna hit this guy here. And again, it's just a matter of how you want it to look. Any way is perfect. And there is no wrong way to shape these. And we've gotten better as we've gone, just figuring out little tricks of the trade. And I always recommend put something down on the counter so you don't cut up your counter with the knife. And there we go. We got that part done. Okay, so now here's where you can take a look. So for this one here, I want to make that one a little bit longer. And we'll just cut that down, not to where it's too thin. And then we're going to take this guy here and we'll split it up the side. And I try to make them varying lengths. And then we can go ahead and we'll melt this guy down too. And again, where it's thicker, you can go higher heat to melt it faster, but you go at your pace. Like I said, the heat gun gets very hot, so you want to be careful. And then you can shape it as you go. If you want it out this way more, just put your support there and you're good to go. And I think we're gonna leave that one just like that. That's perfect.
That was cool.
So now we're gonna hit up the other side, yeah. And we're gonna do that. And we can go ahead and, like I said, if you wanna make adjustments, you can just, since this one's pretty thick here, we can just cut this one a little bit. Like I said, it's never wrong. And sometimes you turn up with something, you're like, wow, that's really cool. So we'll have to see how that turns out, but again, just separate it out. That might actually look pretty neat. All right, so we're gonna heat gun this. So we kind of fell into this on a whim. Never imagined we take a pool noodle to do all of this. But it actually goes pretty quick. All right, we just have a little more to go and this one is done. So we're gonna do one more split at the top. And I think this one we're gonna keep it a little more straight. And obviously the longer you hold the heat on it, the thinner it's gonna get. But it does really give it a cool texture and it doesn't look like a pool noodle anymore. All right, so we'll let that cool for just a moment.
You should pick this one up and show.
The end result basically is gonna be your creepy vine. And then we support that on the wall with very small thumbtacks that you can barely see the holes. So we are in the process of getting this finished up.
And this is what it looks like so far. Have a great day, everybody.
All right, thank you.